Howdy, Hoyas!
I'm Seth Thompson.
And I'm Lily Herring.
We got a real wild show for you today.
That's right, it's the Halloween show.
First, Tal and Lily will talk about the football team's big win over Hillgrove last Friday.
Then Seth and Madison cover volleyball's upset against Richmond Hill down in Savannah last Saturday.
Alicia and Arsha talked to a couple of our cross-country captains about the meet we had last Saturday.
Finally, Yasmina and Angel will cover the beginning of our second season of flag football.
This ain't over, Hoyas. We'll be right back.
Yeehaw!
Our football team is now on a 3-game win streak with their big win last week. The final score was 37-15.
This victory has secured our Hoyas in a spot in the playoffs, and they will play their final regular season game against Marietta this Friday.
Yes, and I had high hopes for last game, Lily. A few of our players had one of the best games of their seasons against Hillgrove.
Tal and I actually had the chance to go to the game so that we could share the highlights with y'all.
Then let's take a gander.
The game against Hillgrove was a record game for many of our players, including quarterback Braylon Ford, who threw for 243 yards, 4 touchdowns, and achieved a 74% completion rate. Brady Cluse had one of his biggest games of the season, scoring 3 touchdowns and racking up 113 receiving yards. Alex Perry had 16 carries and 65 yards, making it his second biggest game of the season. On defense, Liam Gray had a huge pick 6 in the first half to extend our lead against the Hawks. Ethan Harris led the defense with 13 tackles. For HSPN, I'm Lily Herring.
Thank you, Lily. Our team has been really showing out recently, and with the last 2 consecutive wins, they have great momentum going into what could decide who the region champion will be at Marietta this Friday.
That's right. With this win over Hillgrove, our Hoyas guarantee a playoff spot. And with a win this Friday, they could claim the region championship. Talking more about playoffs, our volleyball team upset the Richmond Hill Wildcats in their second playoff game.
Yes, they did. Richmond Hill was one of the highest performing teams going into the game, and Madison and I got to talk to KK Ellenbach and Coach Johnson about how they felt about the match.
Good morning, Hoyas. Although our girls lost to North Gwinnett last night, they fought hard to get to the Elite Eight. So let's recap their game against Richmond Hill last Saturday in Savannah.
Going into the game on Saturday, Richmond Hill was 39-4 and first in their region, but the Hoyas were able to pull off an exciting upset, beating the Wildcats 3-0.
I don't think we were nervous going to the game. I feel like we had high confidence and we knew what was going to happen, who we were playing, and how to beat them.
I wouldn't say nervous, but there was definitely some concern. When you go to play a team that has a record of 39-4, you want to make sure that you're prepared. And our girls spent a lot of time watching film and applying what they learned in film to practice, and that was key to making sure that we got that win.
The team was able to keep their energy and composure against some of the highly proficient players and had many great plays throughout the game.
We just hyped each other up. We had a bunch of talks before the game and throughout the game with coaches and what we can fix. Like I said, we knew who we were going up against, so we knew how to beat the team, and we just played really well and stayed confident.
Starting off in a rotation that we don't normally start in really helped a lot. We put a really, really strong block up against their outside hitters. KK Ellenbach absolutely slammed the ball a couple of times. Elise was able to put the ball in really strategic places. Our outsides just did an amazing job, both of them. And the whole team just worked together as a well-oiled machine. Our defense on the back row was just outstanding. So all along, it's great.
It was nice to see our girls go as far as they did. They really grew as a team over the season.
Now on to cross country, who competed in region last Saturday.
We got to see both our varsity and JV teams compete against 4 other schools.
Sterling Salyer finished second in varsity boys with a time of 15:54.
And on the girls' side, Samantha McGarity finished first with a time of 18:06, followed by Lydia Longo and Peyton Reeves, who finished 4th and 5th overall, rounding out the top 5.
Both JV teams placed first and both varsity teams placed second, which will take the varsity team to state championship next Friday.
Congrats to our Hoyas.
Arsha and Alicia got the chance to attend the meet and talk to this year's captains about the region.
Then what are we waiting for? Hats off to them.
Hey Hoyas, I'm Arsha Kishore. Cross country had their regions this past weekend. Here's a look at the team and their captains.
A lot of emotions, I'm just happy because I want to do good, but it's kind of sad that it's my last season. It's going to end soon.
It's kind of bittersweet. I'm sad that it's over, but at the same time, You know, I've been running for 4 years. Like, it's kind of burnt out, but at the same time, like, I'm excited to like still do these last 2 races with my team. I'm probably most proud of everyone just like being positive and like being there for each other and not just like focusing on their individual stats, just like worrying about each other as a team rather than themselves.
We've definitely been doing better than we expected, placing a lot higher in meets than we thought we would because all the freshmen come up and they're doing really good, so proud of them.
Well, we have 2 weeks of practice leading up to state, and then we do like team traditions together before state, and then our coach is going to give us workouts too. Well, we have like something called Christmas morning where we like all before state, like we come and like bring each other gifts and like have a PowerPoint and like eat breakfast and stuff, so that's fun.
We're preparing for state. We're having a lot of workouts, having a lot of long runs, recovery runs, putting in the extra hours, rolling out and stretching and all that, making sure our body's rested and all that for state. There's a Monday workout. It's kind of like a tempo on the track. It's just a lot of long-paced intervals and fast 400s at the end of that. So I think that's one of the best workouts to get us ready.
To our cross-country team next week at state.
You know, Seth, it's about that time of year where winter sports will be starting up.
That's right, Lily, and our flag football season has just started up.
Angel and Yasmina got to take a look at their opening game.
Good morning, Hoyas. I'm Yasmina Davidson from HSPN. Last Thursday marked the start of our flag football team's 2nd season. It was great to see all the support and cheers from our Hoyas. Our team is working hard, and we look forward to future games this season. Please make sure to come out and support your Lady Hoyas.
Our girls played last Thursday and on Monday, unfortunately losing both games.
Tomorrow the team plays Walton, so be sure to show up to support your Hoyas.
And now, let's take a look at our varsity standings.
Volleyball finished out their season yesterday with a final record of 25-19.
Football currently stands at 3-6 and 2-1 in the region.
Followed by flag football, who is 0-3 overall.
Now, on to calendar with our fellow Cowboy Angel.
Careful there, Nelly. Well, howdy there, Hoyas. Let's take a look at what we got going on this week. This Thursday, we have a flag football game at Walton versus Walton, pardon my French, at Cale High School at 7:30. On Friday, we have varsity football team playing Marietta at 7:30. And Saturday, our varsity cheers competing at Woodstock at 12 through 2 p.m. Oh, what's that? Well, Nelly here says to go out and support your Hoyas this week. Until next time, back to you, Lily and Seth. Yeehaw!
Thank you for the updates, Angel.
That's all for this week, Hoyas.
Be sure to tune in this Friday for a new episode of Hoya Vision.
And don't forget to come back next Wednesday for another episode of HSPN.
Also, go follow our Instagram page at Hoya Sports BC.
Wait a minute. Did you steal my mustache?
Bye, Hoyas!